I don't.
What
Hold on.
what's
I just want
what's
to be
the
clear.
honest answer?
My
I'm not
favorite,
sure.
my favorite is 100% between Veer and Didi. It is there. There's no like doubt between that. I do think both of them are the most important people in my life.
Oh,
I think that.
oh, that good to know, Bridge. Good to know.
See, I told you, you're gonna be upset if I don't label you as the favorite.
Good to know that sitting here as I'm working every day to build this family, I am not anybody's favorite.
You're my
Okay,
favorite.
can I
You never
continue?
said
Can I continue with my statement?
Hello, Namaste, Zarna Garg Family Podcast. So excited to have everybody in the house. All five Gargs are in the house, and we are going to have a sizzling hot episode. Everybody's going to have an opinion. People's feelings are going to get hurt because that's what happens when you're talking freely. But let's get right into it. My husband of 25 years, Shalabh Garg, Wall Street veteran. My daughter, who's finishing college, she's getting a degree in computer science and classics. People have been asking me this lately. Zoya Garg is in the house. My son, Bridge Garg, who's a freshman in college, is in the house, and my 13-year-old, my seventh grader, Veer Garg. We're going to get right into it. And the topic of the day is, who is your favorite person in the family? Do you have a favorite person in the family? Do you have a least favorite person in the family? Why is that person your favorite? Why is that person your least favorite?
Well,
We are going
mom,
to openly get right into it, and let's go right now. Who wants to kick it off?
Can I
I
just
feel
make a
like this episode's gonna be very like short and very quick because like everybody has one easy answer and it's just me.
No.
I see.
Bro.
Can I just make a public service message that Zoya has been invited for a classics trip to the land of the classics, where the classics originated at the end of this month.
Okay.
That's so
You
sweet.
know why he did that. So you like literally will fall for
I
every-
fall for it every time.
He wants you to say him.
Exactly.
No, I just wanted to say it's a big achievement, especially coming out of such a competitive university to start with. I've
Yeah.
always thought that computer science is a great degree, but classics is where your heart is. So it's great that you're getting
Okay,
it.
all right. Can we stay on topic? Who is everybody's favorite and who is everybody's least favorite? This is the time to be honest, guys. Okay, that's the whole point of the family podcast.
I'm
So
Switzerland on this topic.
Who
I
is your
have
least
two.
favorite person?
I have two
Yeah.
statements to make.
Yes.
One, I know exact. First of all, if none of us say mom, she's gonna freak out. That's the first thing I have to say. She is looking for everybody to say her. She's 100.
She just got so stressed out. Brid, you're
It's
completely
gonna be a
correct.
major issue.
gaslighting.
It's
That
gonna be
is
a major
your
issue if one of
generation-
us don't say mom.
Literally, you guys talk about like not gaslighting, and then everybody gaslights me on my own podcast constantly. Fine, just say it. I'm everybody's least favorite. Just say it. Just say it.
That's gaslighting. That's literally gaslighting.
Can
Anyway.
someone be the most favorite and the least favorite at the same time?
What?
There are parts of them that are most favorite and parts of them that
That
least
felt
favorite.
really specific to marriage for some reason. That felt like you were airing out how you feel about marriage. I don't know.
I'm not airing out anything. He's my least favorite.
I
There's
think
nothing to do.
a pivot. I think a pivot we should do is who do we think the other people's in the family's favorite person are? Because I can identify.
I don't
everyone's
like this
favorite
at
person-
all.
Let's go with that and then we'll go into who.
I can identify everyone's favorite person in this family like that.
Go.
Do it. Do it.
Go. Why don't you go? Start.
No. You're
Okay,
wrong, but go.
mom's indisputable favorite. It's been like this since forever. Is Didi. There's
Zoya.
no question. It is 100% Didi. It's been that way forever, and it will remain that way forever. Especially now that they work together as well. This is like the like bond of the
I
century.
invited you to work for me. Bridge, you are such. I begged you, come work with me. I literally said, Bridge, work with me. And you said, no, I don't want to work with you. I'm going to do my
I never
own thing.
said that. See, this is okay. Let me continue, and then we can get into all
Did
the
I?
details.
Okay.
But can I ask a
Let's
side
just
point on that
know
question,
I'm not
which I
lying.
agree?
Yeah.
Did I or did I not invite you to work for me? Did I or did I
Yes,
not
you
say?
did.
Yes.
You did, and you
Okay.
continuously do. Yes.
Yes. Have I ever once said I will not support you? Choose your own things. You want to do your own things with other people as if anybody else knows how to run a business better than I do.
But can I ask a side point on this, Zarna?
Yes.
First of all, I agree with Bridge. He's
Oh.
absolutely right that mom's favorite person is Zoya. But given what you know of marriage and relationships between daughter-in-laws and mother-in-laws, do you think that you're setting your daughter up to a tough marriage by being so involved in her life
I'm
at
not-
such an
She's
adult
not
life?
that involved. We've created a lot of boundaries recently.
Yes.
What kind of boundaries? Explain.
Like I just feel like
The number of
we-
calls
we-
has gone down from 4 to 3 per day.
yeah.
No, this is not Shalab. It's fine. I do connect with Zoya the most, but she also picks up my calls. None of you guys do.
I've never I think I missed maybe 2 of your calls in my whole life. You always talk about how we always miss your calls, and then when we change, you never notice it. Like I literally don't miss your calls ever anymore.
All right.
But Zarna, can you answer that question? Do you
What?
think you're setting your daughter up to a tough married life by being so intrusive in her
What
life?
do you want me to do? Like, not show my kids affection because, like, oh, someday they will be with a spouse who will be this and that. Like, life will be what it is.
I will transparently say that I have been on dates with men who are like, "Why are you so close with your mom?"
No.
And I don't know how to answer that.
And they broke up with you after that. They didn't go out again.
It
did
was
they?
definitely not a good signal, is what I will say.
So see, there you
No.
go.
Okay, but keep going.
I think
Who's
Didi's
your
favorite.
dad's favorite? Who's
I'll get to that in a
dad's
second.
favorite?
I think
I know
Didi's
what-
favorite. I think Didi's favorite is Veer. I think Didi treats Veer like a royalty. I think everyone in his family treats Veer like royalty, but Didi treats Veer with a very soft royalty. She's yeah,
I'm obsessed with
definitely think
Veer.
so.
Definitely obsessed with Veer.
Okay. All right.
Okay. I think Dad's favorite growing up
Yeah.
it used to be me because inside he really wanted a boy, and I think that Didi could never like be the first when he was.
Oh my
100%.
You
God,
changed a lot. You
100%.
changed a lot. You changed a
100%.
lot.
He
but at
hasn't
the
changed.
start-
Don't soften it, Bridge. Go for it. Go for it. Put.
Yo, knives out, Bridge. Knives out.
No, he is not changed. Like, do not try to soften the blow now.
I think
Yes.
that now
I actually accept it. I don't disagree with you. I did
Yeah.
think that.
You know,
know.
actually, you're not supposed to agree that vehemently, Dad. Like,
You know,
it's not supposed to be that real. So I'm glad that you're getting that off your chest.
Okay, Bridge. Finish what you're thinking.
You said Dad used to be you used to be Dad's favorite. So who is it
And now?
And I think Dad is now very split. I think he's the most proud of Didi, and I think he is the most like he likes Veer the most. Like he wants to see Veer succeed as much as like the rest of us. I think everyone wants to see Veer succeed. Like that is just a common trait amongst all of us. And I think that when it comes to me, I think Dad is very concerned for me and very like he wants to see me succeed the rest of you guys, but he's very concerned with me not as much like favorited with me anymore. And he's more like towards Veer. That's how I would view it.
I think that's very accurate. Bridge.
Dad, you're
right.
not supposed. This is really crazy. Okay, this is.
Yeah, he's right though. I'm very impressed
No, but,
by
like-
his perceptiveness. Right? He's like so perceptive.
Bridge is very perceptive. Okay, Bridge,
Yeah.
keep going.
And I think that Veer, if I were to
Veer's
put one
favorite
on
is
Veer,
you. Don't
Yeah,
be
Veer's
real.
favorite is
Veer's
Bridge.
favorite is you.
Yeah, for sure.
I think that Veer's favorite is me. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. And
And
Bridge,
then your
who's
own.
your favorite?
I think that
You don't need to be shy to say it. You don't need to be shy to say it. Just say it. Let's be honest here.
I don't.
What-
hold on.
what's-
I just
what's
wanna be
the
clear.
honest answer?
My
I'm not
favorite,
sure.
my favorite is 100% between Veer and Didi. It is there. There's no like doubt between that. I do think both of them are the most important people in my life. I think that.
Oh, that's good to know, Bridge. Good to know.
See, I told you, you're gonna be upset if I don't label you as the favorite.
Good to know that sitting here as I'm working every day to build this family, I am not anybody's favorite.
You're my
Okay,
favorite.
can I
You never
continue?
said
Can
that.
I continue with my statement? I think with
Yes.
Veer, I see a lot of a younger self with myself in Veer, and I know all the mistakes that I made growing up as a boy in New York City going to public school, and I really look to Veer to be able to, not make those same
Mhm.
mistakes. Like I really want him to go through and like learn, like make new mistakes, obviously, but don't make the same stupid mistakes I did. So I don't just look at Veer as like my best friend,
Bridge,
but he's
you
also
feel
someone
like-
that I want to teach.
But
Sorry, I
Bridge,
didn't mean to interrupt you.
every dad wants that from his son, and yet every son goes out and makes. You just got done telling us in the last episode you got 3 tickets in one time, in the like one traffic thing,
I
right?
think
It's
it's so
exactly the kind of
interesting.
mistake I wouldn't have wanted you to make, and here you are making it anyway.
I think
But
Veer
even
is
then,
actually the perfect blend of me and you, Bridge. I just think that's.
Okay,
I
can you
think
explain
that's
your,
true.
your side for Didi now? You said it's split between me and Didi, so you said me because you
Yeah.
see me as your younger self. So can you explain Didi's side?
And I think that Didi is like probably my largest role model. Like I very much the same way I look to like be a role model to you, Veer. I think Didi has become a role model for me, and I'm very obviously since we're close in age and we've been like going up together and everything. I'm very close with her, so I very like I know everything about her. She knows everything about me, and that's exactly what I'm doing.
And
That's what I
again,
think.
once again, if people notice, I was not anybody's favorite, and that's okay. That's okay.
I wasn't anybody's favorite too.
What are we doing, Shalab? What are we doing for these?
I just
kids?
think, guys, I think favorite person is a really tough thing because to be somebody's favorite person, you have to like. I think first of all, I think it is also split between Veer and Bridge, but I definitely like adore I shower adoration on Veer. I definitely like Veer. Veer is the royalty in my world.
Okay,
Like,
let's
if you
let's
wanted
make this
anything.
more real. Who is everybody's least favorite person for like a particular situation? No, not like overall. Just like if
Oh, in a
something
situation,
goes
that's a
wrong,
good
you
question.
hope this person doesn't.
Oh,
find out.
I'm definitely one of those. I'm sure I get a lot of that. Like,
What?
I can be a least favorite in a lot of situations.
Oh, you're asking us to tell one thing that we dislike about everyone.
Yeah, like if something happens, you hope this person in the family doesn't find out. Why did you
guess-
laugh, Veer? Why are you laughing? Why did you laugh, Shalab?
I feel like
Because there is something you can always like for Bridge. I would like it if he was more, you know. I mean, but he has become very focused now. It's not the case. I was gonna pick something like that from a year ago when he was, but today's Bridge is actually very very focused. So I take that back actually.
Yeah.
With Zoya, I would prefer if she was not so dramatic. You know, it feels like, you know, it can be like now growing up, I was always 7 feet above the ground or 7 feet under the ground too.
Yes.
So you know, it's hard for me to.
I'm aware.
You know, you were not there when I was growing up.
No,
Why
but
are you
feel
commenting
like
on
you
everything
feel
he's
like
saying?
that.
He didn't get a sentence out without you saying something, Mom, in that whole monologue.
I mean, that's been the story of my life, Bridge.
Oh.
Oh my god, this is quite an episode.
I mean, my mom reminds me, but I try not to listen to it. But that's kind of like the story of my life.
Your mom.
And then, and then for Veer, I would wish he was sometimes more emotional. I feel like he's so rational all the time. He's just such a rational kid. Like, I feel like it's never the case with him that he will make an emotional decision. Like, even something as simple as, like yesterday, I give you an example. I was having a good month, so I told Veer that, Veer, beta, I want you to pick something for $1,000 that I want to buy for you. And this is not from mom's money, from anyone. I want to buy it for you.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Wait, hold on. Hold on. How does that relate to me? Like, I understand your point.
I'm
but how
trying to
does-
explain. Let me just
yeah,
finish.
you guys stop cutting him off.
But the first thing he said is, actually, I don't have anything that I can want more than $600. That's the first thing he said. So in his rational mind, he's thinking.
I was looking. You don't understand how hard I was looking last night because I like.
That's
money
the
is-
reason he didn't sleep, I think, because he kept looking for something. And then I said, you can split it into two things. Have two things add up to $1,000, because that's what I want to spend on something for you to get. And he said that, oh, okay, fine, I will look. And I don't think he has found something yet. But my point is, his mind was rash. In that moment, it was not, oh, I know what had happened, because I was wearing those white golden goose shoes, which he really likes. And he said, Dad, I really like those golden goose shoes. I said, why don't you buy these golden goose shoes? They're exactly the same price, 900 something for the pair of shoes. And he said that, no, I don't want to buy shoes that expensive, because as much as I like them. So his mind will always be very rational, as opposed to an emotional one where you would just be like, oh yeah, I'm going to buy it, and I'm just going to make an emotional decision. Instead, he will sit down and think what he really needs, what he really wants, what his price budgets are.
But how is it that you want me to be less dramatic and you want Veer to be more dramatic? Like, why is it that you want such a perfect, even-keeled kid? I think it's because we are so extreme in the ways that we are the way that we are, right? Like, you can't have a kid, like, I remember I was like, if I don't get into Stanford, I actually don't want to be on Earth anymore, right? Like, so then I got into Stanford. Like, that kind of drama is necessary in order to get into.
Why is that kind of drama necessary?
Because you have to want you have to.
You know, you live that drama. Why?
Yeah, you have to be dramatic in order for things
you
like
were
that.
gonna die if you didn't get into IIT. It's the same thing that she lives with.
Yeah, you got.
But I
you have
mean,
to.
drama more like what I meant is that, oh, I can't eat this, or like if I eat this, I'm going to get.
Yeah, but Dad, it's the same thing, right? Like, if I'm gonna be the kind of person that can do handstands and run 10 miles, I also am the kind of person that's gonna be dramatic about everything I eat.
You know what? That's true too. So I
You can't take the
accept that
good.
point.
You can't take the good without the bad.
Do you have a least favorite person that I hope mom doesn't find this out, or dad, or Zoya, or Bridge, in certain situations?
You asking me?
It's like
No, Bridge.
Oh,
90% of my life, I hope that people don't find out about in this family.
Like what? What are you doing?
As it pertains
90%
to
of
me.
your life. Why would you say that? That's not even true, Bridge.
Listen, The way I live my life is very like
Can you? What are
on
you?
the,
You're acting like a villain when you're doing
Yeah, he's
this.
acting like the philosopher. What's going
Yeah.
on?
Or like a villain, like English villain,
Okay,
it's
finish your
just
thought. Let him finish your thought.
I do a lot of things that wouldn't make sense to you guys, and
No,
I
like
do
what?
them. I don't do anything illegal. Well, I like for the most part, like I don't drink or smoke or do anything like
Oh,
that.
thank you, Bridge, for not doing
No,
that.
then what are you doing? That like, are you
Yeah. Can you
swinging?
give an example of something? Just one thing.
Listen, I just want to point out that it makes perfect sense that I'm the one who's more private with their life, given that I'm the middle child and I've obviously received the less amount of attention from the parents growing up. So for that
By the way,
reason,
I
I
don't
believe
know
that
how
I'm
do you come up
entitled.
with that. You received that insane amount of attention because you were the only oldest son.
Yes,
That's
fair,
true.
but
Mom's set is literally like the oldest son is the only one that matters.
Yes.
Like that's literally one thing
but
she says in
Yeah.
her set.
are we gonna act like from 7th grade up until 12th grade, I wasn't like basically the only one home with Veer when he was a baby?
Yeah, it's true.
That's true.
Yeah. Okay. All right. But Bridge, why do you feel like you're doing all these things that you can't share with us? We are so open-minded.
Oh,
Just
Oh.
like
open-minded.
When did you become
honestly,
open-minded?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
You mean me? I am open-minded.
What do you mean? Like
Like,
what?
why
I
did you-
actually okay.
Bridge,
One thing
what
to
is it
Dad's
that you
credit.
wanna do
No,
that
I
you
want to
want-
say this. I want to say this really quickly. I actually think one thing to Dad's credit is he is very open-minded. I do feel like no.
What?
I actually
this
think
episode,
no because we have
the start of this episode started with Dad being sexist, and now the end is that he's open-minded. I love how
okay.
this-
Let's
this
give him
worked out.
let's give him a moment to shine. Let's give him a moment to shine. I remember I was trying to figure out like I was kind of seeing somebody and I didn't know how it was gonna go, and I went to Dad for relationship advice. And I was like, Dad, like from a practical level, this thing isn't gonna work out. And he said, the truth is that when you are like exploring a relationship with somebody, nobody actually knows like the intimate like the ooey gooey of like what that relationship is. And I think you should be more open-minded and lean into that more. And I feel like that is like the opposite of what a typical immigrant dad's advice would be. Like most immigrant
Yes,
dads would be
this
like,
is why you ended up wasting a year of your life.
okay, well, you know what?
This is
I
advice.
learned a lot of lessons. I learned
You
a lot
could
of
have called
lessons.
me. I would have told you put an end to it. You would have saved a year. Of your life.
Listen, I learned a lot of lessons, and I think it was because he was open-minded that I was able to learn those lessons firsthand. And I think that's a really valuable experience to have as a kid. And so I think for that, I give Dad a lot of credit.
Thank you, beta. And I've never ever stood in the way of whoever your choice of boy may be.
Yeah, but
I've-
sometimes I really like I am grateful for how aggressive Mom can be about like her takes. Like having somebody that's really opinionated is really helpful too.
Oh, so she is very opinionated, right?
I
agree
mean,
with you.
she's the most opinionated person on the planet.
on the face of this earth.
What are
Yeah.
you guys? Oh my god! Like, okay, Veer, do you have a least favorite about something? Can you talk about your brother and sister? Is there a situation where you're like, I hope Bridge doesn't find out or Zoya doesn't find out?
Well, there is a situation where I hope Baya doesn't find out, but that situation in itself is like something where it's like I shouldn't be thinking that. It's like if I'm in like trouble or not in trouble, but if something like happens that I shouldn't be doing, like I wouldn't want him to find out, but I know that the reason I don't want him to find out is because he wants the best for me. He's gonna get mad at me for a good reason. Like
Hold
not
on.
like
When it comes to you getting in trouble or doing something you're not supposed to do, I'm really, really like not like undeniably the first person you should go to because I've basically done everything that you could possibly do. So I actually know the perfect way to handle it in both the social and like family sense, in my opinion.
Yeah,
I
like,
think
yeah.
you know what's interesting about this conversation is things that I don't want Veer and Bridge to know are my mistakes. Because I feel like because I'm the oldest, I need to set a prime example of like how to be the best, like how to actually try and do your best in every facet of what you are. And so whenever I fall short of like really high expectations I have for myself, I feel really afraid that if Veer and Bridge find out, then they won't see me in that same light, or like they'll make mistakes because I permitted them to make mistakes because I did it myself. So I actually, those are things that whenever I mess up, I really don't like when Veer and Bridge find out, and I get really nervous about it. Not
mean,
because I think they're gonna, I just don't want them to do
to
the same
avoid
thing.
it is to not make the mistakes.
Well, why do you think I'm so dramatic and I hold myself to such a high standard?
Okay.
Damn, that was tough as hell.
What does that
I'm
mean?
gonna give you the A grade for that later.
Oh, great.
oh okay. So
Now
you're just
we're
holding
also
the book now?
doing grade inflation, grade setting. I get it.
Okay,
Inflation.
What is going
So
on
then,
with you?
why don't you talk about something, Zarna? Who's your
About what?
favorite and least favorite
I don't want any of you finding out anything because I make very crazy business decisions all the time, and people don't necessarily understand how my brain works as far as my business is concerned. So I just don't talk to anybody. I just live on an island by myself with my secrets.
No, what I
Mom,
meant to ask is if you could change one thing about everyone,
That was just like
what would be
not the
that?
question at all.
like
She wanted
you.
to say that so badly. It was just like-
Like it's an out of context comment. We're not even having that topic on the podcast.
I've
That was
lost
just
track. I
so
feel
out of
so
control.
fully betrayed in this episode. No, I'm
You
not
feel betrayed
anybody's
every episode.
favorite.
Guys, please, someone in the comments who watches every Pockets episode, can you tally up the amount of times my mom has said she feels betrayed? Because I am willing to bet it's over like 20. It's insane.
Okay, well, that's the amount of betrayal I deal with. So
Oh my god, betrayal.
I mean, listen. I'll be honest. There are things that I'm like, oh, I hope. Okay, I know one. When I was trying to eat healthy, I was very scared of being around Bridge and Veer. Very scared because Bridge was recording everything and constantly harassing me to get on that app to record the food. And Veer was like, "Mom, you promise. Mom, you promise." And then Zoya, at the very least, can be a little understanding. These two were like little military sergeants. Like, you promise, you promise, you promise. And it was so stressful to be around.
But if we're not all on you about it, nothing is gonna change. Like at some point, we have to like help you. Otherwise, like, what do you can't ask us for things and then expect us to just be like, oh, okay, do whatever you want, because then nothing's
I
Veer-
asked you to help me in a gentle
Weird
way.
women
And it
don't
was a
really
mistake.
want real help. They just want help that's there in the oblivion somewhere.
I don't know what that was, but okay. Do you know what I'm talking about? Veer and
Airball.
Bridge. Bridge, do you remember you made me download that app? And why aren't you?
And,
Did you? Did you?
and you never used it. And that was,
No.
that's your mistake. You should use it. I
It
still
was
think you
very
should.
stressful to be around, and I realized my
And
mistake. I was like, I should not have gotten the kids involved in this at all. This was very stressful.
I think that
You know what I
the
mean?
mistake is that
I mean, to be
you
honest, they have young
you
bodies
didn't-
and they can't truly understand what a like a 50-year-old person goes through to try to deal with this. It's not
Exactly.
I agree.
Exactly. They think like, if I can go running, why can't you go running? Now, how to
exactly.
explain to them?
Mhm.
But
You know
I
what I
never
mean?
said
Like,
that.
how-
but sure.
No, but you think that?
No, I
and
think that's a really fair sentiment to feel.
thank
Yeah, I
you.
agree.
Finally,
I mean, I never said that, but I
finally,
agree.
yeah.
I mean, now that you're approaching marriageable age, Zoya, you must feel that too, right? Sometimes you're tired. Sometimes.
Wait, how old are you?
This is a really interesting topic we should move away from.
Baby,
But
how old
also
are you
in the
again?
comments, I'm very, very, very actively taking
Don't do
husband
it.
applications. I am.
What applications?
Husband applications.
Yeah.
What's a husband
um,
application?
Like she
You
Wait,
can
what
apply
age?
to be
What
my
age are you looking
husband.
for?
I'm looking for anything. I'm open-minded. Anything 22 to like
Damn.
27, 28.
no 25, 26.
25, 26. I'm looking for three things. I'm a very simple girl. I actually am a very simple, easy person to date.
Only a
if I
very
should say so.
complicated person would say that.
I
No
should say
simple
so.
person would ever say that.
I should say that I'm very easy and very simple. And I'm looking for three things. One, I'm looking for brilliance. Two, I'm looking for healthiness. Like, are you a healthy individual? And three, I'm looking for somebody that doesn't think it's insane that I want to buy an apartment 3 floors above my parents' apartment. So
Yes.
those are my three things.
Yes, correct.
Oh my
All
God,
good.
Zoya. There is no way. It's just not going to happen.
If it's over, it's over. But at least I shot my shot.
Yes. Shoot your shot. Anyway, this has been, I mean, this has been an interesting episode of family favorites, truths coming out about who is whose favorite, the secrets we keep from each other. And you know, in every family, people ask, who's your favorite kid? Who's your favorite person? The thing changes depending on the circumstance, is how I view it. And I would love to hear from others how it is in your family. Do you guys have any favorites in particular situations? And as we end every episode with a round of good grades with Gargs, where each Garg assigns another Garg with an A grade for bringing the winning moment of the episode, so too we will be closing this account with this episode with a round of good grades with Gargs. Who wants to go first?
I will go first, and it has to go to Bridge. I think that his attempt at describing everyone's favorite, I think, was very incredibly accurate and well done. Very perceptive boy.
Yes, I do agree that, okay, I will not assign it just yet. Who wants to go next?
I'll go next. I'm gonna give it
Yeah.
A grade to Didi because she had a very, very fast and articulate snap back to what you said, Mom, that like defended her entire stature very well.
Okay, great. That feels like
I'm
a
gonna
dig
give
at me, but okay.
I'm gonna give my A grade to Veer because I always knew that Veer liked Bridge the most. It always made me feel really insecure because they have such a special relationship that I never felt like I could be involved in. But I do feel like ever since I went to college, Veer and I have our own really special relationship, and I'm grateful that Veer is always calling and picking up my calls and makes that happen, even though I know that what him and Bridge have is really special.
Okay. All right, great. So far, no one has picked me, but okay.
Okay, well,
Veer?
I was gonna give it to you, so I guess maybe I shouldn't anymore.
No, go for it. Go for it.
Okay, I'll give my A grade to you because I think it is. Although you say you get betrayed a little too much, I think it is observable that you didn't get picked, even though like you do completely support the family. Like you definitely like. It's like all of us, like you know those toy dolls where like they're all on strings. Like you're the one holding all those strings on the top. So it's like
Wow. Yes.
that's I think what you should get your A grade for.
Wow. A grade to Veer just for that. That was
Just
amazing.
That was a
That
really
was
good.
amazing.
Yeah, that was a really good.
That was so true.
See, this is what I mean. He's a very rational boy. You know, there's no emotion.
That was insane.
That was a very emotional observation, though. Thank
Yeah.
you, Veer. Thank you. I mean, even if it's a pity A grade, I'll take it. I have no shame.
Oh my God! Why do you do this? Why do you need to do
You
this?
ruined the A
Just-
grade. This is why nobody wants to give it to you. You're ruining it. You just butchered it. Okay, who hasn't given it yet? Dad?
Minder.
Shalab, did you give yours yet?
Yeah, I
Oh
give
yeah,
you-
you did. Okay, yeah, Mom, you haven't.
I think I'm going to give my A grade to Bridge because he is become very perceptive with the years, and he, even though feels like he's checked out most of the time, which God knows it does feel like that, he actually is more clued in than anybody imagines, including me. And for that, he gets an A grade. And I can't wait to hear what it's like in other people's families. If you openly talk about your favorites, if you openly talk about the people that you least like, because there is something to be liberated about just saying the things that you see and believe. And these things change also. As you guys grow up, things change, the equations keep changing, and it's okay. I think it's very human to like somebody a little more than somebody else. Like, we all have to stop pretending that everybody loves everybody equally at all times. That's just not well, I
That's a
guess
hot
you're-
take. That's a really hot take, but really interesting.
like, I mean, I was gonna say, I guess your dad and his mother have their own whatever that has lasted the years, the ages. But for most normal, rational people, this is an ever changing equation. And I can't wait to hear what's going on in your family, what you think. This has been such an eye opening episode for us as a family. We're going to have lots to talk about in the coming days because I have been feeling a little betrayed, but we'll take that offline. And thank you everybody for tuning in. Please, if you enjoy our podcast episodes, like, share, and subscribe. Bring your families to be a part of this journey. We can't wait to hear more from all of you. And everybody say bye.
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 Bye.